Tangled webs. Basically, the timeline has been disrupted. The Federation stands on the brink of war. It's up to you to restore history, no matter the cost.
Things are heating up with the Tholians. Monitor stations are detecting large fleet movements toward Federation space, and they're refusing all of our diplomatic hails. We're doing all we can to prevent a war, but it's not looking good. I want you to join a task force I'm assembling. If this goes south, I want my best people on the front line when it does.
Okay, head to the Proto Nebula to assist Starfleet with the Tholians. And get some decent rewards here to help round out our build of our starter ship.
Stay safe out there.
And some dilithium, which is always worth it.
The Federation shouldn't be having significant issues with the Tholians at this point in time. I've been scanning the timeline and I think I found the problem. 2 years ago, a Tholian colonial fleet was destroyed. The Tholians blamed the Federation, and increasing hostilities have ultimately led us here. This is something I'll need your help to correct.
Continue. And I have already done my traversing.
I've pinpointed the incident in question, setting temporal transponder back 2 years. We need to correct the timeline during the Defiance encounter with the Tholians.
When you finish the Babel episode from up here, basically it'll say, when they start it, it says go to the Proto Nebula, but there is no Proto Nebula to go to. But Daniels will redirect you down here to the unsurveyed territory, which is basically where you transport, through time to help with this Defiant ship from, Kirk's time frame. So, but with that said, we're going to go ahead and begin the Tangled Webs.
We've arrived in 2268, and not a moment too soon. The Nakul are clearly out for blood. Tholians are quite xenophobic. They may feel the Federation is part of the problem here.
We've got to convince them otherwise, Daniels.
We're being hailed by the Defiant. I'll remind you that our orders forbid us from telling them anything specific about the situation. I recommend deflecting their questions until the situation here is resolved.
Agreed.
Good to see you. We're in a real tight spot here. The Tholians were taking a serious beating when we reached the system, and the other ships opened fire on us the minute we dropped out of warp. Mind lending us a hand until we figure out what's going on?
Sure thing, Captain. Let's save the Tholians while we still can.
This was a Tholian colony fleet.
See if you can take a little pressure off. We need to firm up our shields.
Alert, warp, core breach imminent. Attempt.
Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
The aliens have disabled the Tholian flagship. She's in trouble.
Sir, if the Nakul kill the Queen, an entire Tholian bloodline will be wiped out.
Why don't we go back before they
Ship
did
integrity
that?
compromised.
Enemy boarding parties are beaming to the Tholian flagship.
Destroy the aliens. Defend the Queen.
Estimated Tholian casualties are in the thousands.
Vengeance. Vengeance for the children.
Target's shields have failed.
Amen. Oh, gotta be careful about those explosions.
Your shields failed. Target's shields have failed.
Make sure that shield facing is down when you throw those torpedoes. I'm really holding in there with this ship. This is a futuristic vessel, and somehow we're holding in there.
Hull integrity below 75%.
There we go. We could get away from it a little faster. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'll defeat the cool ships.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shield has failed.
Trench engineer.
Hull integrity below 75%. Target's shield has failed.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Shields were down. Took that ship out.
Target's shield has failed.
Change my shield facing. There we go. Don't want to be a sitting target, but a moving target, sure. There we go. Interesting. Oh, cool. Got another.
Don't suppose you have any idea what's going on here? There's nothing on these aliens in our computers or why they'd attack the
Throw
Tholians.
that in the
Or
science
us,
console.
for that matter.
Exotic particle generator damage, but I don't think it's gonna help me. Oh, it's classified, Captain. Sorry. Orders.
All right, do what you need to do. We'll talk about all of this when the shooting stops. Deal?
Deal. Stay safe.
I know it doesn't feel great keeping information from the Defiance crew, but believe me, it's for the best. I'll monitor the situation here while you assist the Tholians. Do what you can to save them.
Prepare for
Good luck.
departure. Get my 5-man crew beaming over.
I've found appropriate transport coordinates on the Tholian flagship. Hopefully you can convince them that we're not at fault here. If the Tholians go to war with the Federation now, it would be devastating on a galactic scale.
Sorry about that. Keep an eye on things, Daniels. Let me know if anything changes. To show interior of the Tholian ship is too hot for us. You'll need environmental EV suits. So we need to pick up some EV suits, 5 of them. And one thing I'm not crazy is, especially for new characters, and I know probably a lot of people are playing this are not new, is like you gotta replace your armor that you're using with this. So it's just gonna be a little confusing for people.
Environment suit, turn it on to prepare for hazardous activity.
So everyone's in their EV suits. And I've had some issues beaming over in this one, so I'm just gonna wait until everyone's on the pad. And I think everyone's on the pad now, so activate your EV suit. Click, and then beam to the Tholian ship, which should be on the pad. There we go. Yep. I am beamed over in one episode. I was the only one who beamed over, so I recorded it so I could prove it happened. But everyone's over here, so disaster averted.
I'm detecting numerous Nakul life signs, and more are on the way. Nakul reinforcements are on their way to your position. Stay alert.
And it's good to pick up some of this loot because you can cash it in and buy other things later. The Tholian went down fighting. Multiple combat injuries have been detected, all from plasma weaponry favored by the Nakul strike teams. The kill shot was fired into his thorax at point blank range. Well, that's just uncalled for. Bad form. Bad form. Okay.
The power levels on the flagship just spiked. Something's wrong, and I doubt the Tholians are to blame. I'm reading more incoming Nakul transporter signatures.
It's okay, we got him. Lieutenant, the Nakul have triggered this ship's self-destruct sequence. We've got to shut that down and fast. Shut down fast. Okay, I already said that. I clicked take item. I didn't click. Unless I just didn't register it. Repair console. Okay, and let's come over here. Repair console. Okay. Okay, and use final console. Oh, there it is.
Energy readings on the
There we
flagship
go.
are returning to normal. Whatever you did worked. We've stopped the ship from detonating, but the Nakul. They've killed Tholian colonists and even hatchlings ruthlessly. What they've done here is an atrocity.
Well, work's not finished yet. We will hold them accountable.
The last remaining Tholians are close to your position, and more Nakul are on their way. I'd hurry if I were you.
We are not of the Nakul. We're from the United Federation of Planets.
Federation, Nakul, all humanoids are the same. Chaotic, irrational, peaceful, then not. Warring, then you leave.
We're not the same as the Nakul, Majesty. We are not your enemy. To your eyes, we're all humanoids, but we are not the same mind. Not of the same mind. I've done this one before. I'm going to try this one.
Those you call Nakul killed our people. Our children, all are dead. Our sisters must know. Leave now, Federation. Leave us to our final task.
What can we do to help? We fought the Nakul. We came to save you.
You cannot help us. Too late. The hatchlings slaughtered. The colonists lost. Nothing can help in the face of this terror. We must send our message. Others will come. Leave now.
We've got enemy ships on an intercept course, including a dreadnought. We won't last long against a force like that.
Understood.
Continue to fight Nakul. Keep them from us while we contact our sisters. If you speak truly, you will not betray us.
We won't let you down. We'd better get back to the PXP-3 before none of it gets into range. Beam us up.
I've been monitoring the Tholian Queen's progress. She hasn't been able to send the signal to her people. Orders?
We'll protect her while she works. Daniels, that message must go out.
Okay, let's have a little chat. What's the situation here? Where did those alien ships come from? I'd like some straight answers for a change.
Look, my orders are need to know.
And I don't need to know, right? I read you, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. That big alien ship is still heading our way. Let's focus on that.
Sounds like a plan, Captain.
Here they come. Just lost our engines. It'll take a while for my chief engineer to work a few miracles. That dreadnought is coming in fast. My engineers are gonna need time. A lot more time.
Those shield facings rotating. Okay. So dreadnought, where'd that other ship go? Is it like cloaking on me? this one.
Hull integrity below 25%. Target's shields have failed. Left shield failing.
She gotta blow up at least once. There we go, I did it. Probably won't make it past the blast radius, but yeah, same.
The alien dreadnought is concentrating fire on the Tholian flagship.
No, it wasn't gonna make it out of that blast radius. Just moving real slow.
Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
There we go. Build these frigates.
4 shields failing. Target's shields have failed.
Projectiles in motion. That's what I'm talking about. See if we can get past the blast radius. Yep.
Target's shields have failed. Hull integrity below 75%.
Into a heal. See if I can get this guy knocked out. Six. Come on. Do a heal. Swing back this way. See if I can put a tractor beam on him. Just keep him still. And see if I can go ahead and do that. And throw 2 torpedoes at him. There we go. It's like chess in these early characters. It's not just brute force.
Federation, you have proven you are different. Rational. This pleases us. We have sent word to our sisters. The Naku will pay. The Federation will not. Now, vengeance for the slaughter of a generation. Vengeance for our children.
The Queen's message has been sent through subspace and... Yes! The timeline is correcting itself. Good work. Now, we just need to help with... The Queen is going to full impulse. She's gonna ram the not cool dreadnought!
Evasive maneuvers. Push your XP to the Defiant, get out of there. Scanning. I can't tell if there are life signs over there or not. Defiant appears to be phasing in and out of local space-time. The interaction of the Nicole chronoton energies with the proto-nebula have made this area of space very unstable and prone to rifts into other dimensions. We might be able to get a lock onto their crew with the computer's assistance, perform an emergency beam out, but we'll need to act fast. Daniels.
No. I'm afraid that this is their fate. This is one of the hardest things about being a temporal agent. We can only make the changes we have to make, not the ones we want to make.
There has to be something we can do here, Daniels.
I'm afraid there's not. History states that the Defiant went missing, only to be found here weeks later by the Enterprise. Though they're lost, we now know that they played an important role in keeping the Federation safe, and protecting the timeline. For what it's worth, I will be sure their heroism is included in my report.
Okay.
The Tholians will remember this as well. This encounter may lead them to be more inward-focused, avoiding conflicts with the Federation, for the time being. At the very least, they will know that it wasn't the Federation that was responsible for the destruction of their colony compound.
See to it that you do. Let history never forget the name Defiant. And the other one here is that's cold comfort to the families over there, 400 men and women, Daniels. But I'll go with that one. All decks are reported in, Captain. We're ready to return to our own time on your orders. Make it so. Okay, and I believe that's it. We'll check our episodes here. Tangled Webs, hail.
Captain Archer had similar concerns when I worked with him. We often disagreed, but in the end, we were able to work past our differences and do the right thing. I hope you and I can do the same. Leaving Defiant to her fate was a hard choice, but it saved untold billions of lives. That has to count for something.
Okay, and so we're going to get some expertise on here. A console, twin phaser beam banks, and dual phaser beam banks, and some dilithium, which is always nice. Okay. And the next one, so that completes the playthrough of Agents of Yesterday, the Tangled Webs, dealing with the Tholians. And the next one is going to be the Battle of Caleb 4. So, but, you know, that's it for the playthrough here. You know, leave any comments below, any feedback, anything there, wanting to, you know, try to find, you know, useful ways of putting this information. Got any suggestions, please throw it down there. And again, Lord willing, I will see y'all next time.